What up, everybody? You're now tuned into the true definition of a sports fanatic. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another video. Man, the NFL dropped a bombshell. It's like one bombshell after another. I'm sure they wanted to get the Deshaun Watson news out of the news cycle. It was absolutely amazing to watch those people on Twitter get all in their feelings about him getting that 6 games, man. And I just want to know, where was this smoke for Robert Kraft, Daniel Snyder, and Jerry Jones, man? But you know what? This video is not about that. Today we are talking about the Miami Dolphins, and I didn't think it would be this soon that this ruling would come down. I knew something was coming down because it was obvious that they tampered, that was true, that they had the prominent quarterback on the yacht, and Brian Flores, he was called to meet with them. He saw the prominent quarterback on the boat, and he refused to meet with him, and he left. And I was like, they're going to get in trouble for that. And it was rumored to be Brady, and of course it came out that it was Brady. And so now the NFL has taken action against the Dolphins. And in my opinion, this wasn't harsh enough. I mean, for a chance to get the GOAT and to get Sean Payton, all I lost was a first and a third. You find me $1.5 million, and I'm suspended until October. Oh man, I'll take that meeting every single day of the week. So I mean, it is what it is. But this penalty wasn't harsh enough. So other teams are going to do this same thing if they see that this is what the penalty is. Like, imagine the Tennessee Titans. They were interested in Aaron Rodgers. And, Aaron's towards the end, and he's getting ready to leave Green Bay, and they have interest in him, and they tamper with him. If they're going to get found out, they'll pay this penalty to tamper Aaron Rodgers. Straight up. So, but, man, let's get into this article. It say NFL strips Miami Dolphins of 2023 first-round pick, fines Stephen Ross $1.5 million for tampering with Tom Brady, Sean Payton. So Miami, the NFL notified the Miami Dolphins on Tuesday that the team will be stripped of its 2023 first-round pick, among other disciplinary measures for violations of league policies relating to the integrity of the game. Following a 6-month investigation, the league found the Dolphins, primarily team owner Stephen Ross and vice chairman limited partner Bruce Beal, violated the anti-tampering policy on 3 occasions from 2019 to 2022 in conversations with quarterback Tom Brady and the agent for New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton. And what messed this up, because this was pretty much going to be a done deal, Brian Flores hitting him with that lawsuit. If Brian Flores doesn't hit him with that lawsuit, Brady and Sean Payton are in Miami. Straight like that. They said it was pretty much a done deal. But Brian Flores hit him with that lawsuit, and it was over after that. It was a wrap. Because even though this was 2020 when they had met with him on the yacht, but he was trying to do a coup now. He wanted to do this, trying to do this offseason. And it's not a coincidence that Sean Payton's agents put out that, Sean Payton is interested in coaching next year, and he had a list of teams he was interested in coaching. So that lets me know these two were plotting to get together. The Dolphins were in on it, and Brian Flores still monkey wrench in the plan. The NFL, however, found no evidence that the team intentionally lost games during the 2019 season. In February, former Dolphins coach Brian Flores said in his lawsuit alleging racism in the league's hiring practices that Ross attempted to incentivize him to tank or purposely lose games shortly after he was hired in 2019. With Ross allegedly offering Flores $100,000 for every loss that season, Flores alleged that as the team won games late in the season, Dolphins general manager Chris Greer told him Ross was mad that the on-field success was compromising the team's draft position. In addition to the first-round pick, the Dolphins will also forfeit their 2024 third-round selection. Yeah, dude, a first next year, and they had 2 firsts for 2023, and just a third for 2024. I'm doing this every single time. What are you talking about? I don't care who it do. If I get a chance to meet with a prominent quarterback, he wants to come play with my team, I'm tampering. Hey, Tua might not be that guy. He has a bunch of weapons this year. It's do or die time for him. He might not be that guy. and let's say that Lamar Jackson doesn't get anything worked out with the Ravens, and he plays under the franchise tag, I'm going to tamper with Lamar. If this is the penalty I pay, oh, you better believe I'm going to tamper with him to see if I can get him to come to the Dolphins or whatever team I'm at. Come on, man. This was not a harsh enough penalty. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, almost lost. Okay, Flores alleged that the team has won games late in the season. Dolphins general manager Chris Greer told him Ross was mad that the on-field success was compromising the team's draft position. They say Ross, meanwhile, fined $1.5 million and suspended through October 17th, during which time he is permitted to be at the Dolphins facility or represent the team at any team event. He also can't attend any league meeting before the annual meeting in 2023. Beal was fined $500,000 and isn't permitted to attend any league meetings for the rest of the 2022 season. Brady will not incur any punishment for the Dolphins tampering, NFL spokesperson Brian McCarthy told ESPN Jenna Lane. Yeah, I don't think the players never get they never get in trouble with any of the tampering. Like I think the Knicks right now are being investigated for tampering with Jalen Brunson. They signed him in free agency. So even if it is, found out that they tampered, the players are not going to suffer any penalties in situations like this. Say Bill spearheaded impermissible communications with Brady, then the New England Patriots quarterback, while he was still under contract. Ross and other Dolphins executives was informed of the content of the conversations. Both Ross and Bill tampered with Brady once again following the 2021 season when he was under contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. See, him and Sean Payton, they were trying to both go to Miami once again. This time, however, the conversation centered on Brady joining the team as a limited partner and possibly a football executive, although the possibility of him playing for the team was discussed according to the league's investigation. Of course it would. Come on, man. That was first and foremost. Talking about a limited partner and possibly a football executive. Come on, dude. That's after the fact. First and foremost, I want him to throw the football. Come on with that. Finally, in January 2022, the NFL found that the Dolphins had impermissible communication with agent Don Yee, who represents both Brady and Payton, about Payton serving as Miami's next head coach. The league found that the Dolphins did not seek consent from the Saints to begin these talks and that they occurred before Payton retired later that month. See, they just sloppy. But Brian Flores messed him up. He threw the monkey wrench in this plan, man. If he hadn't done what he did, then the NFL doesn't have no cause to really investigate this unless another whistleblower says something. But this is how stuff you found out anyway. It's because somebody told. I remember a few years back when the Atlanta Falcons, they were fined for funneling in crowd noise at their stadium. And you would wonder, how in the world did the NFL find that out? I mean, you go to the stadium, was at the stadium, Goodell was at the stadium, officials at the stadium, like, man, it's really louder than normal in here. I wonder where that noise is coming from. No, somebody told. Just like in this situation, somebody told. They say the investigations found tampering violations of unprecedented scope and severity. Goodell said in a statement, I know of no prior instance of a team violating the prohibition on tampering with both the head coach and star player to the potential detriment of multiple other clubs over a period of several years. Similarly, I know of no prior instance in which ownership was so directly involved in the violation. See, and that's how serious this violation is. And that's why this is just a slap on the wrist. They tampered with him twice when he was under contract with the New England Patriots and when he was under contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They should have gotten more than this. So if this is the cost of tampering, other teams are going to still tamper. They're going to still do it. This is not going to discourage teams from tampering. That's what you wanted to do with this ruling. You wanted to discourage other teams from tampering. You did not do this with this ruling. Flores said in a statement that he was disappointed that Ross will avoid any meaningful consequence with Tuesday's discipline. Thank you, Brian Flores. It's not meaningful. This means absolutely nothing, man. I am thankful the NFL's investigator found my factual allegations against Stephen Ross are true. At the same time, I am disappointed to learn that the investigators minimized Mr. Ross's offer and pressure to tank games, especially when I wrote and submitted a letter at the time the Dolphins executive documenting my serious concern regarding the subject at the time, which the investigator has in her possession, he said. While the investigator found that the Dolphins had engaged in impermissible tampering of unprecedented scope and severity, Mr. Ross will avoid any meaningful consequence. There is nothing more important when it comes to the game of football itself than the integrity of the game. When the integrity of the game is called into question, fans suffers and football suffers. They don't care about no damn integrity of no damn game, dog. It's obvious they don't care. They don't care, man, because they know people are still going to watch. It's like it's whatever. When it comes to the owners, Goodell walks a fine line because he works for them. You know, he doesn't hold them to a higher standard. They should be held to a higher standard than the players. Just like they wanted to give Deshaun Watson the whole season, and Judge Robinson hit him with the hell no. She hit him with the Heisman because you can't give him a full season because that's not what the CBA dictates. That's not what the punishment is. And then there was no punishment for Robert Kraft. There's no punishment for Jerry Jones. There was no punishment for Daniel Snyder. All egregious. Zero punishment. Come on now. While it found no evidence the Dolphins tried to tank in 2019, the investigation did find that Ross made comments to team president and CEO Tom Greer, Senior Vice President Brandon Shore, and Flores that the team's draft position should take priority over winning games. When Flores expressed his concerns in writing, he was assured that everyone wanted him to build a winning culture in Miami, and Ross never again made those comments to Flores. The independent investigation cleared our organization on any issues relating to tanking and all of Brian Flores' other allegations. As I have said all along, these allegations were false, malicious, and defamatory, and this issue is now put to rest, Ross said in a statement. With regards to tampering, I strongly disagree with the conclusion and the punishment. However, I will accept the outcome because the most important thing is that there will be no distractions for our team as we begin an exciting and winning season. I will not allow anything to get in the way of that. Man, come on with that, dude. You offered that man money to tank games. Y'all wanted to tank games. Y'all wanted a better draft pick. Teams do it all the time. This is not far-fetched. This is not something out of the way. This is not something that nobody's ever heard of. Like, oh my God, somebody's tanking for games. No, sports teams do it all the time. So you mean to tell me this man, he has the evidence. He has many documentations, and he's lying. He's false. It's malicious and defamatory. Man, come on, grow up. The investigation also found that Ross' offer of $100,000 for every loss, of which there were differing recollections about wording, timing, and context, was not intended or taken to be serious offer, nor was the subject pursued in any respect by Mr. Ross or anyone else at the club. Oh, so he said it as a joke. Okay, it's just a little jokey joke. Knock, knock, who's there? You know, why did the chicken cross the road? It was a joke. Come on, man. Come on, guys. You know, it's a joke, man. It's just a joke. I was just joking. Man, seriously. This is why they don't take stuff. The owners will never take it seriously because they'll never face serious punishment because of stuff just like this. Every club is expected to make a good faith effort to win every game. Goodell's statements read, the integrity of the game and public confidence in professional football demand no less. An owner or senior executive must understand the weight that his or her words carry and the risk that a comment will be taken seriously and acted upon. Even that is not the intent or expectation. Even if made in jest and not intended to be taken seriously, comments suggest that draft position is more important than winning can be misunderstood and carry with them an unnecessary potential risk to the integrity of the game. The comments made by Mr. Ross did not affect Coach Flores' commitment to win, and Dolphins competed to win every game. Coach Flores is to be commended for not allowing any comment about relative importance of draft positions to affect his commitment to win throughout the season. And this is where the NFL is they're going to bail him out a little bit on this one because he's guilty. There's no doubt about it, he's guilty about that. The NFL is going to bail him out. It's like, well, we got you on this, but we're going to bail you out of this right here. That's all they're doing. The Dolphins are one of 5 teams that had multiple first-round selections in the 2023 draft before Tuesday's discipline. Miami had acquired the additional first-round pick from San Francisco 49ers in the trade that allowed the Niners to select Trey Lance 3rd overall. Man, this is a joke. It's an absolute joke. Because I told you, man, the cost of doing business, and them tampering with Brady and Sean Payton, you'll pay this price every time. You would. You would. A chance. We talking about Tom Brady, man. You're going to pay. Your teams will have no issue doing this, man. And because the punishment is because, and I mean, let's be honest, it's not a super light punishment, but it's not tough enough. It is not going to discourage other teams from doing so, man. But hey, it is what it is. And Stephen Ross, like you say, he's going to move forward. He don't want to distract from the upcoming season. They put together seemingly a decent team. Tua looks good. Tyreek Hill looks good. Jalen Waddle looks good. So it looks like they're going to be explosive. And they already had a solid defense. You know, so they're moving on, trying to get ready for the season. But stuff like this, the owners are not being held accountable. I mean, if I'm a player, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is the hypocrisy. Absolutely. So, and especially when it comes to when the NFL want to hands down punishment, and it's something that the owners have done and they face no punishment, those are the cases I'm going to go to. The NFLPA was going to do the same thing with Deshaun Watson had they tried to give him that year ban. And they was going to, I'm pretty sure they brought up Robert Kraft, they brought up Daniel Snyder, and they brought up Jerry Jones. Hypocrisy. Those guys are held to an even higher standard than the players. But hey, it is what it is. The owners have Goodell in their back pocket. That's just what it is. That's how the game goes. Those who have the goal make the rules, man. But what are your thoughts on this, man? Let me know how you feel about it. What's your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hey, man, I'll be back with more videos. But until next time, peace out, y'all.